What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the next episode of this competition prep series. Sorry it's been a while since I last checked in with you guys, but we are currently 20 days out from stepping on stage. Just under 3 weeks, we're in the dog end of prep now. It's really getting difficult and a lot of changes have been made, so I'll make sure I update you with them in a minute. It's absolutely steaming outside in the UK, so the weather is lush, and as you can see, I forgot how white I was because yesterday I let out in the sun for literally about a minute and I am burnt. So trying to get that base layer tan in before we go and get one in 3 weeks time. So I'll pop you down. I've just finished my fasted cardio this morning and now I'm going to break my fast. The first meal we're going to have 3 eggs, 70 grams of egg whites and a little bit of chicken breast for the first meal of the day. So I'll pop the camera up while I'm making that and just give you a bit of an update of where I'm at, what's going on and what changes have been made. Okay guys, so a bit of an update on me. I had a brand new low weigh in this morning at 78.2 kg. So I think at the start of this cut, I was 90.5 kilograms and now I'm all the way down to 78.2. So I've dropped almost 30 pounds, 12 kilograms so far on this cut. I never thought I'd get down this low. At the start of the cut I was thinking maybe 80 kg, but I didn't realise how much weight you actually have to lose to get into stage lean condition. So we are 20 days out, like I said, so I reckon we've got another 1.5 kilograms to lose in the next 2.5 weeks before we start our carb up, ready for the show and things like that. So this is the real hard part of prep now. We're upped cardio to 5 times a week, so we've still got 30 minutes fasted in the morning, and that's just by choice. So we've got 30 minutes in the morning, keeping it at 130 beats per minute, 5 times a week. So cardio has been upped by 1 session a week since I last spoke to you and updated you. And calories have taken a big slash. We're really pushing for that conditioning now. So I'll quickly run you through what I am doing at the minute. So on a training day, protein still staying at 200 grams a day. Carbs have dropped from 350 all the way down to 310. So I'm still keeping my carbs really high and getting lean. So that is ideal as it keeps my training performance high. And then fats are at 50 grams, so altogether that's around 2,490, which is still pretty high considering 3 weeks out from a competition, so that's really good. And then on a non-training day, still protein at 200 grams, carbs have dropped down to 150 grams, we're really trying to go for that fat loss day on our rest days. And then we have 70 grams of fat, which dropped slightly since I last spoke to you as well. So big changes on the food side of things. It's still not crazy low, and I still am expecting it to drop slightly when we really go through that depletion stage before we start peak week. So food's still fairly high, not too bad. I'm really starting to feel it now, like the cardio sessions are brutal. Getting through days at work, I feel like someone's put a shotgun on the back of your knees. So really struggling in terms of energy. Sessions are starting to take quite a hit, but that's all part of it. This is the difference now in this last stage. Pushing hard when your body is giving you all these signs to eat food and get body weight back up, because it's in a survival mode at this point. It isn't working properly, it is quite unhealthy, hormones are probably out of whack, and you just feel like crap and like a zombie 100% of the time, but we keep pushing through. So I'm going to finish and eat this one up, and then I'm going to run you through all my tips on how to prevent hunger and reduce hunger and increase satiety while you're in a deficit and in a cutting phase, because obviously summer's coming up, so a lot of you are going to be cutting down and dieting. So I'll give you my top 7 tips on how to stay feeling full as much as you can on a prep. So I'm going to go out in the sun, eat this, make the most of it, and run you through them. Right, I'm going to take you through 7 of my top tips on how to prevent hunger. Obviously it's inevitable. When you're in a dieting phase, especially a competition prep phase, your body's in survival mode and it is telling you to eat because it's starving. You're physically starving yourself, so your body's going to want you to eat food and get back up to a position where it can work most efficiently, because your body's a machine at the end of the day. So hunger is inevitable, but there are some things you can do in order to prevent this. in certain ways. So I'm going to run you through my 7 best ways to do so. So the first one, intermittent fasting. This is where you will stall your morning without eating any food until around about 11 or 12 o'clock, or even later if you can hold off that long. I normally do my cardio fasted, come home and then have my first meal around about 11 or 12 o'clock. And what this allows you to do is, one, it gives your body a break from digesting food, but the main benefit behind it is that the rest of your meals, the rest of the day, can be a lot closer together. So you might be hungry at the start in the morning, but if you get past that stage, for the rest of the day, you're going to have more meals closer together. So that means you're going to feel hungry less, as you haven't got big windows in between your meals where you're feeling starving hungry, and things like that. So that is my first tip. Number 2, drink lots and lots of water. Obviously we know water is beneficial anyway, but the more water you drink, it's going to help you feel full. And also other things like, especially if you're on prep and you're restricted with calories, artificial sweeteners and fizzy drinks, they're going to gas you up a little bit, make you feel a little bit more full. So things like Pepsi Max, cherry, I absolutely rinse that on prep. Don't over have your artificial sweeteners, as they're obviously not going to be great for you, all in moderation. But having a glass, or like 1 or 2 glasses a day, help gas you up a little bit, make you feel a little bit fuller, and reduce that feeling of feeling hungry. So that is my second tip on how to reduce hunger. Number 3, I would say, is volumize your foods. This is like so key. Try and stay away from your calorie dense foods, as you're not going to get as much bang for your buck, and literally volumize all your foods with things like vegetables. We know vegetables are full of minerals and they're low in calories. So little things like spinach, veg, all foods like that are really low in calories, but bulk up your meal. It's going to make your stomach feel full, reduce the feeling of hunger. So little things like just having eggs on their own, put in a load of spinach, it bulks it up, makes you feel fuller for longer, and obviously you've got all the benefits of all your minerals and vitamins that come along with the veg anyway. So yeah, volumize all your foods. That isn't just with veg, volumize it with foods that are low in calories, that's going to bulk it up a little bit, and that will massively help hunger issues. Number 4, caffeine. As we all know, caffeine does suppress appetite. It's going to stop the release of certain hormones that make you feel hungry, like leptin and things like that. Obviously you don't want to abuse caffeine, as one, your body is not going to be in a relaxed state if you're constantly smashing caffeine. So that means it's going to prevent recovery a little bit. So all in moderation once again. I like to use my caffeine fasted in the morning when I do cardio, and then obviously I need it for my sessions, big sessions like leg sessions, later on in the day. So caffeine's going to help suppress your appetite. Like I said, don't smash it, because your body will become immune to it and it'll become less effective. So use it where you can, don't overuse it, and that's going to help suppress your appetite a little bit, and get you through bits of the day where you might be feeling really hungry. So a little bit of caffeine in the morning with cardio, about 70 to 80 grams, so half a can of Monster or a black coffee, and then a pre-workout before I train, and that helps my body ticking over and kind of suppresses the feeling of hunger throughout the day at points. Okay, so tip number 5 is eating satiating foods like oats. Oats are one of the best foods you can eat. You want to be, because it's so satiating. If you can get your body to feel satiated and feel full with foods like oats, they make you feel, because obviously they're warm, they fill out, they start off nothing. Once you cook them, they all expand, and it's going to make you feel a lot fuller for longer. So utilising foods like oats is an absolute key. You've got to be doing it on prep. I absolutely love my oatmeal because it does make you feel full for a long period of time. So make sure you're utilising foods that are going to make you feel satiated. So yeah, that is my next tip. Tip number 6 is spreading your protein evenly throughout your meals throughout the day. Protein, once again, is very satiating, makes you feel full, as it takes a lot longer to digest, a lot more higher in fibre and things like that. So foods like your beef, your chicken, all your main meats and stuff like that are going to help you feel full for longer. So don't put them all around your training window or use it all up in one meal. The best option is to spread it out as evenly as you can throughout the day. Once again, gonna stop you from feeling as hungry as if you're just having a carb meal or something like that. Number 7, keep busy. So this is the last tip, and it sounds so stupid, but I'm lucky I work 40 hours a week, and by the time I'm prepping meals, getting steps in, training, cardio,
working 40 hours a week, I haven't got time to think about how hungry I am. Whereas if I was sat at home or not keeping busy, your mind's going to play tricks on you, want you to eat. So keeping busy is a massive key into forgetting how hungry you are, and keep yourself occupied doing stuff. So that is a #1 tip. If you don't work often, stuff like that, make sure you're out doing steps, being productive, getting work done and stuff like that, and you're going to forget about being hungry. That is the worst thing when you're sitting there bored and your body's just going to want you to eat, so you're going to get hungry, and that's when you've got risk of snacking on things you shouldn't be snacking on. So that is my main 7 tips. Go careful with things like carbs. Obviously people make their macros differently. I'm on higher carbs and I can deal with being a little bit hungry, where I've kept my calories quite high. But things like carbs can release your hunger hormones like leptin, and make you feel hungry, because it sounds stupid, but the more you eat, the more hungry you're going to feel, especially on prep where your body is starving, as it releases these hormones. So keeping the meals smaller and spread out through the day is the best option. So hope you found that useful. Use some of them 7 tips if you're dieting for summer or dieting for competition prep. Don't use them all in one go if you can. Slowly drip feed them in, as obviously you're going to become immune to a lot of them. So try and drip feed them in across your dieting phase, and hopefully that should make you feel a little bit fuller for longer and not get those horrible hungry cravings, like especially going to bed. It is awful. So hope those tips helped. I am probably going to try and film a workout tomorrow. Possibly I'm going to go train in a new gym, as it's Easter Sunday and I've got to go find one that's open. But if I can't get anyone to film, because I'm so knackered, I want my sessions to be absolutely 100%. So trying to worry about filming sometimes ain't ideal, because every session counts from this point out. So I'll keep you guys updated either way, and I'll catch you in the next clip.
So we're going to do on the week off.
What's going on, guys? So it's nice and early. It's about 20 to 7 coming up in the morning, and I've got to go hit hamstrings, shoulders and arms. So I'm just getting my first meal in of the day. So I'm having my oats. It's literally been a lifesaver, this prep, especially I've bought 2 brand new proteins off of Insight Subs. I'll show you here. So we've got Pop-Tart flavour, isolate whey, and then we've got Cookie Crisp flavour, isolate whey here. These 2 flavours are absolutely unreal. They cure your sweet tooth. This one is purely protein. It's 27 grams of protein, about 100 and something calories, 0 carb, 0 fat. So the macros on this one are ridiculous. This one, however, is also a very, very good protein. The macros are a little bit higher on some of them. So carbs like 1.5 grams of fat, 4.5 grams of carb, but it is worth it, because I'll show you in a minute what you get along with those extra carbs. So yeah, these 2 I put with my oats, and it tastes absolutely unreal. It almost feels like a cheat meal, so I'll show you that in a second. So I'll mix that one up. But what comes with this lean whey, I don't want to tip it too much and lose it. Inside you actually get pieces of Cookie Crisp and little bits of chocolate. So that's where the carb comes from, but oh my god, does it taste good. So I'm gonna mix that up with my oats now and show you what it looks like, and then head over to the gym. I won't take you along with me. It's a bit of a boring workout and I just need to get my head down and get through the session at this time in the morning. But I will pop up on the end a little bit of posing in my board shorts that I done after yesterday's session. So we're currently 17 days out, so I'll make sure I see you in the next video. Make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed already, so you can keep up to date with these last ending bits of prep. I'll try and get a few more videos coming out leading up to the show. But other than that, make sure you like the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. This meal is just something else. And also, if you don't already on prep tip,
eat with a teaspoon, not a tablespoon. It makes all your meals last a lot longer, and little things like that can make all the difference on prep. And look at all the chocolate when it melts. This literally feels like a cheat meal to me. It's that good. So yeah guys, so make sure you check out all their protein on Insight Subs to get some crazy flavours like this, and it makes all the difference when you're on preps. It really cures that sweet tooth. I'd probably just about rather the Cookie Crisp flavour over the Pop-Tart, but don't get me wrong, they're both unreal. So I'm going to tuck into this and then head to the gym.
Take me in the smoke, breathe me in and let me go. Sink to your heart to find you. Open up your eyes till you're blinded by the lies, so you can see what you do. Restless every time we start.